It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to this special edition of Science Bowl. The two teams who are about to meet have won our game once previously, and today's winner will come back to play Hyattsville Elementary School in the quarterfinals. Let's meet the teams now. First from Berwyn Heights Elementary, please say hello to Jack Britton Powell. And in the center, our captain Megan Conover and Sean Mipagala. And from Vansville Elementary, please say hello to Elijah Achu, our captain Aaron McGlowan, and Kyle Dunn. And now here are the categories of questions we use on Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on Science Bowl, we have easy questions on our game board worth just 5 and 10 points. They get increasingly more difficult, 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest question of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. And as we said at the top of the show, today's winner comes back to play Hyattsville in the quarterfinals. Let's make sure everything works properly. Let's go to the red team. And Megan, would you try your buzzer for me? Thank you. Good luck to you, to Jack, and to Sean. And you're matching red over there. And let's try the green team's buzzer, Aaron. Thank you for doing that. Good luck to you, to Kyle, and to Elijah. It's all hands on buzzer over there. All right, let's have a great game. We go alphabetically B before V. So, Berwyn Heights and Megan, let's play the bowl.
Dateline Science for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. Teams, boy, it's getting tough to go shopping in San Francisco. You have to bring your own shopping bag because out there it's neither plastic or what? Vansville.
Paper.
Paper, that's right. They don't have either available. I don't know what you do if you don't bring your own bag. You know, you're kind of limited on what you can take home. Go green.
Science Potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. Teams, even if you're not wearing shoes, you can still leave a carbon what wherever you go, Berwyn Heights?
Footprint.
Footprint, that's right. We're all concerned today about the amount of carbon we're generating in our activities. So the carbon footprint is the term to describe what it is we're doing individually. Nice comeback. Go, Megan.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo Parade for 5 points. Teams, that Australian marsupial, the koala, it's so easy to love. But that other Australian marsupial with a satanic name isn't so easy to love, Vansville. No. What other Australian marsupial with the satanic name is not so easy to love? The Tasmanian devil. Devil, the satanic name. Go red. Megan, please, choose.
Body systems for 5.
Body systems for 5 points. Teams, if a person can constrict their larynx and use just the tip of their tongue, they are a ventriloquist, and they can throw their what? They can throw their what, Vansville?
Voice.
Their voice, that's right. You can hardly see their mouth move at all. They're using just the tip of the tongue. Go green.
Let's get physical for 5.
Let's get physical for 5 points. Teams, this device, which is used for changing alternating current to higher or lower voltages, is also the name of a famous movie this past summer about machines that turn into menacing monsters. Berwyn Heights. Transformers. I got it in triplicate. Absolutely right. Good job. All right, 60 all. Megan.
Green things for 5.
Green things, 5 points, teams. You know, Michelle Obama may have her vegetable garden, but for most people who go to the White House, they want to see the garden that is filled with these. Megan.
Rose garden.
That's right. The rose garden is the more famous of the two. Thank you, guys. Good playing. Go red.
Body systems for 10.
Body systems for 10 points. Team, do you know on your tongue there are taste buds that are receptive to different tastes? Well, carbonation, the bubbles in Coca-Cola and champagne, they've been discovered to stimulate the same taste buds that respond to lemons and limes that detect, Aaron? Sour, yes indeed. So the sour taste buds also respond to carbonation. Nicely done, young man. Go, green.
Science potpourri for 10.
Science potpourri for 10 points, did you say? The question is as follows. Astro Boy, ready to hit the movie theaters. In Japan, it's an anime series, and Astro Boy in Japanese translates into mighty what? A chemical building block that we use to make molecules. Aaron?
Mighty Atom.
Mighty Atom, absolutely right. The Mighty Atom is Astro Boy when translated into English. Green.
Zuperate for 10.
Zuperate for 10 points. Teams, of course, Gary the snail on SpongeBob does bite sometimes. In real life, they don't bite, but snails can sting. They can sting, and they can inject this like a snake does. Berwyn Heights.
Venom.
Venom, that's right. Some snails, especially aquatic snails, can sting and inject venom into their prey. Go, red.
Dateline science for 10.
Dateline for 10 points. Teams, recently on the National Mall in front of the Smithsonian, a solar decathlon took place, which meant how many events took place using what energy source? How many events and what energy source? Two-part answer for 10 points. Vansville?
Solar energy and...
How many events?
3.
Not 3. The solar decathlon on the National Mall in front of the Smithsonian. How many events using what energy source, Berwyn Heights?
Solar energy and 10.
Solar energy and 10. Absolutely right. Good job. All right. Decathlon, 10 events, as in the Olympics. Oh, the buzzer was up. Boy, that was a fast round. Look at that score. Almost a dead heat, just as we expected. What great teams. Berwyn Heights 85, Vansville 80. More Science Bowl straight ahead. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Science Bowl. Hope you're enjoying this game at home. Let's find out about our contestants today. They've already been here once this year, and today's winner will be moving on. Let's find out about the team from Berwyn Heights. Megan, tell us about your school. Berwyn Heights Elementary is in Berwyn Heights, which is not far from University Park and Greenbelt. And your school was recently remodeled not too many years ago. And I know there's a part in your school where you can see the old and the new, where the dividing line is. You've got some beautiful murals there, too, don't you? Tell us about those.
Well, we have a garden mural that we made 3 years ago, and we have our bay mural that's outside in the front that we made last.
That's great. Who's the principal at your school, Megan?
Dr. Karen Singer.
Yes, I know she's out there, and she's rooting for you. And Mr. Brett Goldstein is your very enthused sponsor. He's wearing red like all of you are today. Is that the official color at Berwyn Heights?
Red and navy blue.
Red and navy blue. And you're the Huskies, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. Megan, tell us if there were any alternates on your team.
We have Tira Draper, Solangel Ayala, Jan Knudsen, and Sam Goldstein.
Wonderful, wonderful. We'll meet all of them and Mr. Goldstein in just a few minutes' time. And Megan, tell us about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I like going on the computer and watching TV. I think making shows and movies is really interesting, and I also like to read a lot.
And that shows because good readers do so well on our program. Now, you have an interest in cosmetology and cooking, don't you?
Yeah.
You're a great captain. Nice to have you back. Sean, nice to have you here. Tell us the Sean story. What do you do in your spare time, and what do you hope to do?
Well, I like to read, play video games and other kinds of games, and I also play soccer and basketball as sports.
Wow. Do you play on organized teams or just kind of pick up with your friends?
Well, organized teams.
Yeah. What basketball team? Did you say basketball?
Yeah.
What basketball team do you play for?
Well, Berwyn Heights, really.
Berwyn Heights. Very good. All right. You're playing a nice game, and of course your sister was here on Science Bowl. She preceded you, and I know she's very proud of you following in her footsteps. Jack, nice to have you here. First time on the show. You were an alternate. Tell us about Jack. What do you want to do when you get older?
Well, I have an interest in becoming a writer or a director, and after that I want to become a shark scientist. I've been interested in them ever since I was in preschool.
Wow. What is it about sharks that fascinates you so?
Well, they're misunderstood, and they're really interesting. They have cartilage, bones, and I think that they're very unique, and compared to other animals, they have very different properties and things that they do.
Absolutely, and they've been around for so long, and evolution has made kind of the perfect machine for its environment. Well, it's nice to have you here, Jack. And let's find out about the Vansville team. Aaron, tell us about Vansville. For people who don't know, Vansville is practically a new school, only in its second year of existence. Vansville is in Vansville, which is close to Beltsville and Laurel. And you're in a green school. Tell us about the green school, Aaron.
Well, in each of the classrooms, in each classroom, they have a recycling bin for paper. And so at my old school that I went to, they only had trash cans. And they also, in the bathrooms, they have air dryers instead of paper towels. And for the urinals, they have waterless urinals, so that helps with the...
I remember when the school was dedicated and the waterless urinals got everybody's attention. And so you're on the cutting edge of architecture today, and I'm sure it's a great place to be. Who's your principal there?
Mr. Tom Smith.
Yes, I know he's rooting for you. And who's the sponsor of your team? You have two sponsors, don't you?
Yes, we have Mr. Brian Lanahan and Miss Catherine Cobb.
And I know how excited they are to be here, and we're just excited that you're here for your premiere performance this year on Science Bowl. Aaron, you like to read?
Yes.
And what do you like to read?
I like to read James Patterson and Catherine Patterson.
And what kind of books do they write?
They write science fiction, and they write fantasies.
Fantasy, great. All right, well, you're a great player, and you keep up your good work. Elijah, nice to have you here. An aspiring inventor. What is something that you've seen that you thought, boy, I wish I'd invented that? Is it something you looked at and say, boy, I could have done that, or I could have done it better?
Well...
That's kind of hard. That's a hard question. Sometimes I look, you know, when you make egg salad and you have to chop up the eggs and you don't have it all over the counter, you know, it's like finding the perfect mouse trap. You know, everyone keeps trying to do that. What do you do in your spare time, Elijah?
In my spare time, usually I go outside. Usually me and my friends, we ride back through the golf course, and there's a golf course dividing the houses from, there's a forest dividing the houses from the golf course.
Yes.
And we found a box turtle.
Yeah. Isn't that great to go in the woods, and sometimes you find snakes and unusual insects, and I'm glad to hear you're outside and riding bikes. You know, computers are great, but you need some fresh air too. Keep up your good work, and you're looking really dapper there today. Kyle, you're a great asset to this team. How do you know so much about science?
I watch the History Channel a lot.
Yeah.
And we go on lots of nature walks. I go on lots of nature walks with my family.
Yeah, it shows, because you just have a sense of these questions, and you really come up with some great answers. And you would like to someday be a photographer. And the poor fella doesn't have a camera, but we're trying to get him one, you know, so we'll keep trying for you, Kyle. Let's get back into our game. 85 for Berwyn Heights, 80 for Vansville. And the last correct answer came from the red team. So, Megan, would you start us out, please?
Let's get physical for 10.
Physical for 10 points. Teams, Mars, like Earth, has this at both of its poles. Vansville.
Magnetic field.
Magnetic fields. Yeah, we will accept that. Yes, we will accept that. The judges say yes. We were also looking for ice, which is also common to both planets. Go again, green.
Green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Teams, people who eat this vegetable do get fewer colds, but it could be because they don't get close enough to other people who have colds because their breath smells so bad. What vegetable have they been eating, Megan?
Onions.
Not onions. Good try, Vansville. What might have they been eating?
Spinach.
Garlic. Garlic is what seems to be what protects you from getting the colds. Try again, green.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo parade, 15 points. Teams, this bird, which is now extinct and looked like a big, fat, squat pigeon, is... Yes, Berwyn Heights. What's that?
Dodo bird.
The dodo bird, absolutely right. I was about to say, in the Ice Age movie, they showed how the dodos became extinct, at least their version of it. Go red.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems, 15 points. Teams, name a body part for which a football player might need arthroscopic surgery. Vansville.
The knee.
Again?
The knee.
The knee, absolutely right. The knee, the elbow, the shoulder, any kind of joint. Arthro means joint. Thank you for that answer. Go green.
Let's get physical for 15.
Let's get physical for 15 points. Teams, the Leonids, the Geminids, and the Orionids are all showers, but you don't need an umbrella because what kind of showers are they, Vansville?
Meteor showers.
They're meteor showers, that's right. And the Orionids are, as we're taping this program, currently available for viewing in the night sky. Green again.
Science potpourri.
Potpourri for?
15.
15 points. Multiple choice question. Teams, when a bird like a kingfisher dives down into the water to catch a fish, a layer passes over its eye which is translucent. It lets some light in. Can you tell me if the light cannot go completely through, is it known as transparent, opaque?
Translucent?
Not I use translucent in the term, in the question rather. Let me repeat it for Vansville. This translucent layer that is over the eye of this kingfisher that is aiming for that fish, it lets some light through. If no light could get through, would it be known as transparent, opaque, or dense?
Dense.
Opaque. Opaque was the correct answer. Judges, my apologies for changing that. Go again, please. Green.
Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, with gasoline prices so high, some drivers are switching to ethanol, which is made from this, Megan.
Corn.
Corn. I was going to say this eared vegetable, and Sean jumped right in there. 115 to 120, almost a tie, advantage red. Thank you, Sean. Go, Megan.
Dateline science for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams, it was in 1705 that Edmund Halley predicted that this heavenly body would return. Berwyn Heights?
Comet.
The comet in 1758, and it did. So they named it for him, Halley's Comet. All right, 130 to 120. All of the big questions are left, the 20 and 25 pointers. Go, Megan.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Teams, rhinos are poached for their horns, elephants for their tusks, but black bears are killed, they are poached for this organ, Vansville.
Their stomach.
No, good try. Black bears are poached. They are killed for this organ that produces bile. What do you think?
Their nose.
Good try. Gallbladder. They kill these bears for their gallbladders. Try again, red.
Dateline science for 20.
Dateline for 20 points. Teams, Albert Einstein's discoveries about this kind of energy eventually cost... Yes, Vansville.
Light.
Not light, no. Albert Einstein's discoveries about this kind of energy led him later to regret it because it was being used for making weapons of mass destruction.
Nuclear.
Nuclear energy, absolutely right. Good. Red.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. Please look at the monitor in the studio, please, for this question, if you would. This almost looks like a piranha. It is a zipper. And I'm showing you this zipper because it is an example of which of the following kinds of simple machines. Is it a screw, is it a wedge, or is it a lever? Megan.
Wedge.
It is indeed a wedge. Yes, indeed. And you got those points. Go. Berwyn Heights.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Teams, because birds have to be very light, their bones are very thin. So the pathological condition in human beings known as osteo-what is advantageous to birds?
Porosis.
Porosis, osteoporosis, absolutely right, where bones get very brittle and oftentimes break, especially in women when they get older. Red.
Body systems for 20.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, on television, they advertise people who have PAD, which is a peripheral disease affecting what largest blood vessels? Vansville.
Arteries.
Arteries, absolutely right. That's the A, peripheral artery disease. Yes, go green.
Green things for 20.
Green things for 20 points. Teams, look at the monitor in the studio again, if you would, for this question. Teams, you're going to see some beautiful palm trees here, but we have no idea how old they are because there's a lack of season in the tropics. Vansville? Yes, sir.
Annual rings.
Annual rings, absolutely right. They do not produce annual rings, so there's no way to tell their exact age. Nicely done. Good. Green.
Body systems for 25.
Body systems, 25. The big one in that category, two-part answer. Teams, the American Medical Association now has some doubts about two cancer tests, the mammogram and the PSA. What two kinds of cancers do those tests test for? The mammogram and the PSA for 25 points. I need both body parts. Berwyn Heights. Be ready, Vansville, in case I need to come to you. Yes, ma'am.
The breast and the pancreas.
The breast and the pancreas. Good try. Vansville, you have a chance here. The mammogram and the PSA, 2 tests for cancer in what 2 body parts that, and they now suspect that these tests are not rigorous enough. Can you give me both body parts?
I'd like to pass it to Elijah.
Elijah? Yes, sir?
Say the body parts.
The correct answer is breast and prostate. Breast and prostate. Try again, green.
Zoo Parade for 25.
Zoo Parade, 25 points. Teams, in the movies, Vincent Price and Jeff Goldblum later changed into the Fly. In a book, Franz Kafka had his character change into a cockroach. What is the name of the process when insects go through changes in their life? Berwyn Heights.
Metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis is what I want to hear. Go, Megan.
Dateline Science for 25.
Dateline for 25 points. Teams, this is the 400th anniversary this year of... Yes, Berwyn Heights. What do you want to tell us?
The discovery, no.
I'm going to finish it for Vansville. This is the 400th anniversary, Vansville, of this famous Italian scientist's discovery of the moons of Jupiter.
Galileo.
Galileo it is. Yes, go. Green. Yes, sir.
Science Potpourri for 25.
Potpourri for 25 points. Question is as follows. Pandas have a sesamoid bone that is very similar to what unique digit found only on primates? The thumb. The thumb. Only primates have thumbs. Go again, green.
Let's get physical for 25.
Get physical for 25 points. Teams, if you take a magnet and you stir it into a bowl of fortified cereal like Toto and pull it out, little filings of what metal will be on that magnet, Berwyn Heights?
Iron.
Iron. Iron filings it is. One question left. Green things for 25 points. Here it is. Teams, since cactus have no leaves, only spines, where in a cactus does photosynthesis... Vansville.
The skin.
The skin or the stem, absolutely right. And with that, our game is over, and it looks like Berwyn Heights is coming back to play Hyattsville. We'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back. What a game we had today. Almost down to the last question, just as we expected. 6 very talented young people. No one loses in a game like this. They are all winners. But one team is coming back. Our final tally today, Vansville 210 and 240 for Berwyn Heights. Congratulations to the team in red, Jack and Megan and Sean and everybody back there. You can tell they're excited. Sam is back there. We've got Tyra and we've got Soul Angel and Jan. Mr. Goldstein, thank you for a great job. We'll see you next time. Vansville, let's see some smiles over there. You shouldn't be looking down in the mouth. You played a great game. Elijah and Aaron and Kyle, first time for Vansville. Kemsey is back there, Philip, Clayton, Miss Cobb, and Mr. Lanahan. Make sure you come back and play this game again. We want to see you. We want to see you next time on another edition of Science Bowl. We'll see you then. Bye now.